This video is just a quick response to some questions I had regarding the seats I installed in this pickup truck. This pickup truck is a 2001 Super Duty. It's an F350 and it is the Super Cab. Now Ford calls it a Super Cab. A lot of people call it an extended cab, but what a Super Cab means is there's more space behind the seats. It doesn't have all of the space that a crew cab has. A crew cab would have 4 full-size doors. The Super Cab has 4 doors, but this back door is just a half door. Now unfortunately, this truck is old enough that when Ford first introduced the Super Cab with the half doors back here, they really didn't know what to do with the seat belts, so they mounted them up near the ceiling. They actually mounted them right here behind the seat up against the ceiling. That's where the top of the seatbelt mount would have been. The bottom of the seatbelt mount would have been down here by this back seat. There's actually another hidden bolt hole that you can't see somewhere around here, and the whole apparatus bolted here, and that was kind of the spring-loaded return feed of the seatbelt. Doing it this way obviously took care of a problem. They needed to have a shoulder belt, and that's how they fitted into these trucks. But the big issue is the way they were mounted, they cut across your neck, and they were also in your way when you would fold the seat up to access the back. You had this seat belt that just kind of hung here and it got in your way. So somebody down at Ford got a brilliant idea and they decided to build the seat belts into the seats, such as these seats are. The seat belts don't cut across your neck anymore because they're not all the way up here and they're a little more comfortable. They also don't have this big bulky box down here on the bottom that they have to attach to, so when you pull the seats forward and fold them down, you have total access to cargo in the back. As you can see, the back seats do fold up, and if you didn't have the storage box, you have a little bit of space here to add extra cargo. I have this fancy little box that I like to keep all my knickknacks in. It sits neatly underneath these seats. So yes, these seats are not out of a 2001 truck, they're actually out of a 2002 truck. The cool thing about the seats are they fit right in, they bolt in, and there's no modifications to make them work. And that's because somewhere at Ford, when they designed these seats, they didn't want to have to modify the cabs either. So they just made seats that fit the existing cabs. So if you do this conversion, the only weirdness you're going to have is basically a big hole here from where the old seatbelt used to mount. You could get creative and make something to cover the hole, which is what I plan on doing. And I assume there may have been some fancy piece of plastic or something that made this look a little better. Again, it's just an old work truck. I don't really care. It looks fine the way it is to me. So hopefully that answers those questions. We found the seats used on the marketplace and they were very reasonable. This particular seat does have some issues, but I have seat covers for them anyhow. The foam and everything is still fine. And I did get the added bonus of having a power seat on the driver's side. So this old Power Stroke is going to get a lot of upgrades, and I'm going to do some videos on those as well. So like and subscribe. Take a look at some of my other videos. At the very least, you might be entertained.